World War III is on the tip of everyone's tongues. It's just not conspiracy theorists talking about global conflict. It is now your average Joe. It is coming up in your daily lives. It is being blasted across mainstream media. So not to add more fear to, already people have anxiety over this, but, Israel is about to go into Gaza and other countries are going to react. And I don't see how it de-escalates from here. And this has a very high chance of spreading to, a regional war. So how can you protect yourself? First, you need to protect your person. And that is, get a second passport, get a second residency. And this is why I've been concentrating, on Latin America, because there's no regional conflict, no nuclear weapons. Europe's already at war. China's going to be expanding, and the United States could be a recipient of, reciprocal attacks. And that's why I believe, South America is going to be the place to be to survive and thrive. Second, financially, you can protect yourself with Bitcoin, gold, and silver. If you are going to buy gold and silver, buy physical gold and silver. Buying mining stocks and paper, investments is a joke. You have no, it's not really yours until you have physical. And even if you look at the COMEX, they can settle you out in dollars if they run out of gold. So if you're going to buy it physical. But gold has its limitations. You can't get on a plane and travel with your gold. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. But Bitcoin, you can go anywhere in the world, remember your seed phrase, and have access to millions of dollars, in wealth. So that's why I'm a big believer in Bitcoin, because you don't know what place is going to be safe, what place is not. But with Bitcoin, you can just get on a flight the next day anywhere in the world and have, money. And then if a global conflict does kick off, countries and currencies are going to fail. There's going to be cyber attacks against financial systems. And, Bitcoin, it's its first non-state money. You can't hack Bitcoin. Our banking system could be brought down. And, most people aren't going to go trade in gold and silver. They need an electronic currency that they can integrate to apps, and that's going to be Bitcoin. Also, President Biden just came on and he said, the United States has no problem funding a two-front war and that this is the greatest country in the world. The United States is already $33 trillion in debt. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. They are going to print a lot of money. They're talking about a $100 billion package for these two countries to fight these wars. The inflation is really going to go to the next level in the United States. And, people are already just walking out of stores with, stealing stuff. Wait till people can't afford, food and rent on their Social Security. The crime in the United States is going to go up and up. And I think we're going to have a lot of political disunity and social unrest. And this next election is just going to be, wild. And I think you're going to see craziness and people being attacked on, this next election like you've never seen before. So don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. And, if you can get into this stuff, you're going to be ahead of, 99% of all the other people who are just reactionary, where they're going to wake up one day like, oh my God, how do I get out of here? How do I get a residency? How do I get Bitcoin? And by that time, it's going to, be too late. And, all the warning signs are there. Like for me, during COVID, a lot of the lines were crossed. And this is when I started on my journey getting residencies and going overseas. And, if you're sitting on the sidelines still after looking at what's going on, you're not going to make it, because the time to move is now. And these countries in Latin America, they know they're going to have a golden ticket when all these people start flooding in. They're not going to be charging $4,000 or $5,000 for residency. They're going to want a $400,000 real estate investment. They're going to want big money. So, if you're a baller on a budget, now is the time to move on these residencies, because they're only going to go up in price. Same thing that happened in Panama. It was $5,000 to get the permanent residency. Now it is a $400,000 real estate investment. So Paraguay is the last no-show residency where it's just a couple $1,000s to get. You don't need to live in the country. You can remain living where you're living and maintain this residency, and you have a place that will have to accept you in a crisis, and you can fly in on a moment's notice. So these are some easy options you can act on now. So if you're interested in this, follow me, The Bitcoin Capitalist. Check out my link in the bio. A lot of you guys know me from TikTok. I've done very well on TikTok, approaching 7 million views. So I'm going to start making some more content for, YouTube and Twitter. So, like and subscribe. Adios.